Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my channel. Today I will be talking to Zach. We are in a show together right now of Ardent Artists with Theater Illusion. They're an awesome company, check them out. I will put a link to our show and their website down below. Zach is a wonderful artist here in the Twin Cities. He's an amazing singer. He even raps in our show, which is super cool. And he's a great actor too. We kind of have similar journeys, so I was really excited to talk to him. Zach and I talked for about an hour. And again, I can't put all of that on here. So please enjoy the first part of Zach. Well, everyone, this is Zach.
What's up?
We're in a show together right now.
We are.
It will be opening this weekend. We're totally looking forward to it. Yeah, hopefully everything will go okay.
It will go. It'll be so. We've worked so hard, and like I'm so excited.
I know.
To finally.
This music is so like satisfying,
Y'all.
but like scary. All
So
at the same
scary,
time.
and like you have some brutal parts.
Oh man.
You just have some brutal vocal lines that are just.
I'm like picking notes out of nowhere.
I know.
Just guessing.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like we're all like good singers. Like we're all really good singers, but I think this kind of music is like
it's so challenging.
It's such a different like skill set, right?
The ensemble piece of it, plus like finding notes from nowhere. Like I don't know the last time I did a cappella music. It's brutal.
Y'all.
Yeah.
We're so tired. After every rehearsal.
Mentally, it's gymnastics.
It's
mental gymnastics.
Yeah, our group is so good humored about it though.
Oh my gosh! Thank God it's like the people that it is.
Oh my
like,
God!
It would.
This would suck without good people. Like the process would be absolutely miserable without.
It's like we're just also collaborating. Yeah, it's a great group.
Yeah,
it's
we got some good leaders.
So everyone should go see it.
Yeah.
Should come see it. It'll be super fun. I want to know your story. I want to know everything about. I want to know everything about you, and they want to know everything about you.
Oh God. Okay. So I should start out by saying that I didn't really start singing or didn't think I could sing until I was I was in high school. So so when I was in high school, I always liked doing like plays and stuff, but I didn't really, and I liked to sing, like I was always in choir, and I was always, but I was also a 3-sport athlete as well. So, and in my very small farm town, there weren't many people that did like music and sports like year round.
Okay.
So I was kind of pulled in like both of those directions, but I had some really great teachers that like really loved kind of like what I was doing and realized that like I worked hard. Like I needed work, but like they knew that there's just like, oh, okay, there's something there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I feel like those teachers are so like monumental in those moments like at that age. So one of my teachers told me to go to this camp. Like a choir camp, basically.
Yes!
So it was like a jazz, blues, and gospel camp. I fell in love with like gospel music. So like so cool. Learning like singing in ways that like I had never sung before, hearing music in a culture that like I had never heard before. And I just absolutely fell in love with that style of singing. Like that for me was like a light bulb where I was like, oh, like I'm around people that love the exact same thing that I do, that get excited about the exact same thing that I do. And I was able to bring that back, and I had some classmates that came with me, and we, in high school, like sophomore year of high school, we ended up just kind of creating like a really good like musical theater program and like a good like music program. So there was a group of us that were like, kind of in sports, because that's like kind of what you do in like a small town. But then we also had this amazing other aspect of like our high school life, and we just like completely bonded over that. A group of us did go on to like start auditioning, and we started, we're like, oh, okay, like this is like what we want to do.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, it's like kind of fun thing to do like on the side. It's like, no, like we want to like see what we can actually do.
Yeah.
So I auditioned at a few places. I had no idea what I was doing. Auditioning for classical music voice performance. For a lot of the people that were helping me prep, this was their first time, having students that were going into the realm of vocal performance. And you know, I auditioned a few places, and I had a couple of like art songs.
Oh my gosh, what did you sing?
Oh god. Oh god. It was, I think there was like a German art song that I don't even remember. It wasn't like Schumann, or it wasn't by anybody.
It was just this like
it was just this random thing. And of course I was going in thinking I was a tenor, like not knowing really how to use. They're just like, oh, you're a guy that can sing? Like, cool, we'll give you all the hard parts.
Right.
Little did I know that was not appropriate, like at all to like go in and sing. And I think they I had a hand transposed piece of music that I gave to my accompanist. So I auditioned a few different places, and the last place that I went was Lawrence, which has a really great undergrad music program, like really well renowned, very competitive. Like so people come from all over the country to audition. I think they had like couple hundred audition every year, and they choose maybe like 12. Like total.
It's a really competitive program.
It's very competitive. So I went in being like, I don't have a shot in hell. You know, and you know, you go and you do, like, we had like a diction test, and we have a sight singing, and we had an ear training.
Oh my god.
And it was just so intimidating. And in my case, you know, my choir teacher, who is so brilliant and such a good musician, she was just trying to just get a choir to sing the same song, that we didn't have time to do that. So I'm really lucky that a small group of us, like in high school leading up to some auditions, at least took some theory with it, so I wasn't completely I mean, and I was still like I still had to work really hard to get caught up, but it was
I get that. I like totally understand.
So
you get into Lawrence.
So which I like came out of that audition day like in tears, because I was just like, I'm the worst. You know, and you hear like everybody like warming up in practice rooms.
Of course.
Which is like
the worst.
Which is the worst. And you know, I got a letter about a month and a half later saying that I got in, and I just lost my mind. This is like something that I never thought was ever gonna be possible. And I mean, I was so naive, like I had no idea what to expect, and I was just like, great, I'm gonna go in learning how to sing, not really knowing that like a vocal performance program is so classically based, and like I had so many other interests. I was super shell-shocked, like when I got there, not knowing really what I was supposed to be doing. And I was like, wait, I'm supposed to do what? Like, no one ever told me. Like,
gosh, so you had no idea that you were going into like an opera?
I mean, I knew it was pretty classically based, which was good, because like I knew that like I needed to learn technique. Like I was just like, okay, I want to sing healthy. Like I want to sing good technique. And I knew the best way to do that. So I wasn't like completely blind to it, but I was also like, so when do I get to sing like gospel? Like, when do I get to bring like musical theater into my lessons? And so I started off in the Bachelor of a BM track, so Bachelor of Music and Vocal Performance, which is like conservatory based. So almost
that was how my school was.
So it's like you take, most of your classes are music classes, and then you take your electives. And it's kind of difficult to talk about, because I started doing music and practicing and doing it to a point where like I absolutely hated it. Like all the love I had for like making music and like my voice, I felt was just completely stripped away from me. Like I felt like I was not progressing. My teacher, who is brilliant, and he taught me so many things. Like I could tell that I wasn't progressing in a way, and with my classmates in a way that was where I needed to be. So I always felt like I was behind. Like I always felt like I was less than, and it really started to affect me on a mental, emotional level, where it's like you're throwing everything you have into it to like kind of move forward. But you're not really moving forward. And I also wasn't connecting to the rep that I was singing either. Like I wasn't connecting to,
which is gonna in turn not have you grow, because if you're not
like, and I wasn't motivated. Like I wasn't motivated to sing that music. I mean, it's beautiful and I love it, and like I you know, I appreciate it, and I'm in awe of people that do that track. But it kind of came to my sophomore year where I was like I was thinking about just quitting music altogether and being like, I'm done. Like I'll do something else. But it wasn't until I started taking classes in the theater department where I was like, oh, this is work that I can do. Like, this is work that I like.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh, these are my people.
Right.
I was like,
my people.
I finally felt like I had like a community of people that I'm like, oh, there's kind of like no, there wasn't like a ton of drama, and it wasn't cliquey, and not that the conservatory was cliquey at all, but I'd never felt like I belonged there. Like I
totally get that.
Do you? Okay.
I do.
Yeah. Like, because you've told me a little bit about.
Yeah, because like I had my people. I like did, and they were all like pretty chill vocalists, a few instrumentalists, but like for the most part, everyone was like those like chill people. You know? But it's like, I think the hard thing about music school sometimes is like there are just people who are on another level of like intelligence and drive and just understanding music. And it's like, I will never be that. And I never have been that. And it's like, I've always been a good performer. There are certain things about opera that I'm not good at because I'm not that kind of a singer. I'm kind of like this like singer that's good enough to do opera because I have the technique, I have the background, I have the knowledge now, but it's like now that I went through 6 years of opera school, you know, it's like I have this knowledge at this point, but it's like, you know, I'm not competitive in that world. You know, just simply because like I never got there. You know, and I did, and I love it. I love opera. But like what I love more is like just performing in general. Which is like what brought me kind of back around. You know?
And I totally hear that, where it's like it's hard to, you said something before where it's like it's hard to stay motivated in something that maybe you don't understand or feel like you don't understand. And like I'm a motivated person to like figure it out, but like I just didn't I don't know, I connected more with like theater or plays. Like plays made more sense to me. Right? Like and I liked performing. Like I liked the you know, the thrill you get from like connecting with a group of people on like day one of rehearsal when you just have to trust people. I don't know. I think if you're going to be like a good performer, like you have to have all of it. Like you have to act. Like you have, like, yes, you, and also hit the notes that people are paying a lot of money to see. I mean, I think sometimes like opera, you know, these opera stars, you know, they get to where they are because they are so consistent, and
consistency is key, man.
Yeah, and I feel like at least I would hope that I've gotten some work because like in this, even in like the acting or theater realm, I'm never going to be the most talented one. Like I'm never going to be, there's always going to be someone that can sing better than I can, that can act better than I can. But I know that I'll be the hardest one in that room that'll work. And I know that the product, if you want to put it in like business terms, I know that like I can be fairly consistent. So, and I hope that some of my success like in this community has been based on, okay, like he's gonna get his work done. You know, like he's gonna, you know, like you'll be able to do what you're asked to do and have a good attitude and be on time.
Be on time. Have your shit memorized.
Be on time. You don't even have to be talented. Just be on time.
It's so true, though.
Just be on time. I mean, that's like half the battles. Be like, are you gonna be on time?
I know.
Are you gonna be prepared? are you going to remember your lines?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to, you know, just like the basic things that you're supposed to do. It's crazy how many people just don't do that.
It is insane. It is insane. So sorry I had to cut that short, but I feel like the last thing he said was an awesome message, so keep that in mind. Have a good one, everyone. And please come to our show. Yay!